Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 26th. We're just going to jump right in here, Sag, and we're going to see what is going on for you at this time. You have this Midheaven card that says Pinnacle on it, and this Pluto card that says Rebirth. We're doing a past, present, future spread here, by the way. And, I feel like, you're not the only sign that has had this, but I feel like you could be doing something that you never thought you would do. Your reading's a little bit different here in this sense, but I feel like some of you, maybe there's some things that you just never thought you would be able to accomplish, and it's like you're actually on your way to accomplishing, not, I don't think this is necessarily accomplishing anything impossible, because, if you can think of something, then it's not impossible, plain and simple, but what I would say here is I feel, just like a little bit surprised in that you could be doing something that you never thought you would be able to do, because, again, you have this card here, and I just said to Leo that they felt like they peaked. And look, you have this card that says Pinnacle on it, and it's almost like you feel I'm covering it with my finger. It says Pinnacle. And it's like maybe you feel like you have peaked, or you have kind of, experienced the best that life has to offer or whatever. But I don't think that's true. I feel like there's like a whole other... It's like you're entering into a new bucket of life where there's like different experiences, different things. I think it's literally a rebirth. It is pretty crazy that we have Pluto entering into Aquarius in 2023. It's going to only be there for a short period of time before it retrogrades out, but doesn't matter. It's the beginning of Pluto in Aquarius. So now is the time for a rebirth for sure, especially since, Pluto takes forever, 20 years to move through a sign. That's a long ass time. So it wouldn't surprise me if you're going through rebirth. You have the Moon, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. I don't think you see this. Like, it's funny how this reading is set up. I feel like it's going this way, like this, and I don't think you see all this good stuff coming in for you, because you have the Moon here, and the Moon kind of represents a period of darkness or uncertainty, can represent fears and stuff like that as well. I do feel like some of you are fearful maybe about the future, about where the world is going, or where things in your own personal life are going, like everything, And it looks to me like things are actually going to be moving in a much better direction than you ever expected. I do feel like some of you could be having like dreams as well that are kind of showing you the future. Pretty interesting, because I feel like these dreams could be very futuristic, surprisingly futuristic, like a lot of future stuff in them. But I think what's going to really knock your socks off is in the future, when you actually see the things that you've dreamed about. I feel you're going to be very surprised. So again, just know that if you're having dreams about the future, they could be very real. You have the Ten of Cups, which is like fortune after difficulty, happiness, good things coming in for you. I feel some of you, this is what you want. The Ten of Cups is your happily ever after. It is basically everything you want in your life. Most people read it as, happy home, happy family. It definitely can represent a happy home, happy family, but it can represent other things as well, like, goals, wishes, dreams, anything that you see as valuable in your life, anything, it's kind of like the pursuit of happiness, as well. These people are choosing to be happy. They're, that those cups only exist in that rainbow up there. So, the card itself says they're still dealing with all the real world issues, problems, and, all that other stuff. But they are, choosing to focus on happiness and joy. So no matter what is going on around you, I would choose to focus on things that you want to see. You have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is like a new opportunity coming in for you. I feel kind of what's interesting is going this way. You go to the Four of Wands to the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you need to realize that, like, you don't have to stay stuck doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you don't have to stay stuck in where you are. I believe that we are here to learn. We are here to expand and grow. So it's like if you did the same career, for example, for 20 years, you're not doing much growing and expanding, right? So, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing the same thing for 20 years. But if you want to make a change, then don't feel bad for making a change, is what I'm trying to say. Again, there's nothing wrong with having a career for your entire life if you enjoy it. But like I said, what I do think is wrong is that society makes it seem like we have to like do one thing for the rest of our lives, and that's the only thing we can ever be, right? But we came here to experience. We came here to, do different things if we want to, like I said. And, that's what I'd be doing here is having new experiences. With the moon card, look at this. You have literally like the sun. This card says fortune on it, and it is the sun in Leo, so it might as well be the sun card. I feel like the sun is coming up. I do feel there's great fortune coming in for you. I feel like you're kind of like very creative at this time as well. Like if you're having any of these dreams about like creative ideas or new directions for your life, I would be exploring these things. Again, I keep getting something about your dreams. The moon to me, kind of a dream card. It can be for sure. It's intuitive, but it's not like the dream card necessarily, although it kind of is. But I would say more like the Seven of Cups is like a better dream card than the moon sometimes. But what I would say here is like I feel you could be having these very creative ideas. That's what I'm getting off of that card, and I feel like you need to explore these creative ideas, whatever they are. Could be to start a business, could be to get into a relationship with a person and create a family with them. Whatever it is, I would explore it. With the Ten of Cups, you have this criticism card. I would just focus on your happiness is what I would say. I don't know. I'm laughing because, I always tell people to ignore the news and to just focus on joy and happiness. And people always say, like, how dare you not worry about, the goats that were taken hostage in Russia last week and like all these like crazy things that they come up with. And I'm always like, has worrying about these things worked? Like, we've been doing the same thing for like 200 years now, 100 years now, whatever. Like, just constantly worrying about what's on the news. Has it worked? Has the world become a better place? In some ways it has, number one. But number two, no. It's like worrying about things hasn't worked. So, the definition of insanity, some people say, I know it's not the definition of insanity really, but, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I think it's a time for the world to be a little bit more positive, to focus more on positivity and not just like misery, which is like what we've been focusing on for too long. So it's time to focus on the happiness. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have this discrimination card. This is really a card of discernment. It's a card of like kind of picking and choosing the things that you allow into your life. Not like discrimination, like racism again, but kind of like, picking and choosing the things that you allow into your energy or into your life or into your field, so to speak. So I would stay focused with this card on, again, what you want to see. I also feel there could be like a very good opportunity. Again, I feel like there could be a new opportunity coming in for you. Could be a work or business opportunity. And again, I would say, like, I wouldn't be, I would really examine it, is what I'm trying to spit out here. It's like some of you might have an opportunity. You might be like, do I really want to do this? Maybe you don't, right? But I feel like this card is kind of like saying, look into it, at least explore it, because you never know. There's like something here where I feel like there could be an opportunity coming in that really surprises you just by like how much you enjoy it or, how good it actually is, right? But you're not going to figure that out if you like don't go on the interview. So I would say like no assumptions at this time. Maybe you get a job offer and you're like, I don't think I want that. Maybe they offer you an interview. I would just go and I would just see what they have to offer because again, I really feel something could be surprising you here. Next, in the area of your present position, you have this exchange gifts card. You also have this higher power card. I feel like you're being guided to a gift. I don't think, of course, we're at the holidays. You could be exchanging gifts, but I don't really feel like that's what this is talking about. I feel like this is saying, like, you're receiving a gift from the universe. For a lot of you, I do feel it is financial, although you do have love showing up here. Again, I feel the gift you could be receiving is like a better financial future, literally, or just a better financial opportunity. It could be in the form of a job or career if you happen to be looking for those things. If not, it could be a gift, literally, of money. For some of you, it could be like a better business idea or something like that. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. The funny thing is, I do feel like someone wants to marry you. But it's like, this is you right here. I feel like you are the Queen of Swords. I feel like it's like you're open to receive. Like she has her hand out. She's open to receiving. But she also has her sword up. She's like not... she's kind of being a little standoffish. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, by the way, Sagittarius. Like, maybe you have a good reason to kind of take your time in any new situations that enter into your life. And I definitely wouldn't rush into anything, especially like right now, right? So take your time, of course. But I do feel there's like a person right here. Sorry, I'm choking. This person right here, I feel like they are kind of like ready to go. I feel like they're ready to take action. I feel they probably want to marry you very, very quickly here with the Four of Wands. I don't think this person is younger than you. They're showing up as a Page of Pentacles. I think what this is saying to me is that, again, they could be like being a little premature. They could be wanting to rush into this with you, but I feel like they just are a genuine person. And I feel like when they see something that they like, they really go for it. So you could be meeting a person like this. I don't even think that it's a earth sign. It could be an earth sign. I feel like it could be any sign, though, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like they're showing up as the Page of Pentacles because I feel there's a lot to learn. Like, there's just a lot to learn about this person, and that's probably why you don't want to rush, which is fine. What I would say to you is I would, express that to this person. I would just, because, again, I don't know. I feel like we all need to get better. All of us, everybody. I'm blaming everybody, right? I feel like we all, including me, I'm not perfect. I'm far from it, right? I think we need to get better at communicating with people that we get into relationships with. So, I would communicate with this person and just be like, I like you, but nah, we're not getting married right now. So we have stuff to learn about each other. So let's have fun. Let's slow it down. Let's enjoy the process, right? I feel like if you do that, you'll be fine. The other thing is I am getting that some of you could be getting a position. I'm wondering if this is why you're also kind of maybe looking at a job opportunity and being like, do I want this or not? Is because I feel like there's a lot to learn. Maybe you have a job where it's like maybe you're kind of qualified, but you're not really qualified for the job, but you're kind of qualified. And maybe you would have to kind of learn things over again, or you have to start things over again. It reminds me, I had a job like a while ago where I had a job doing the same thing previously, and they made me go through training again. And it's like I already knew everything, right? More than that, right? But I just kind of looked at it as a positive thing. I just said to myself, you know what, this is going to be a great refresher course, even though I have to spend 4 weeks of my life at this ridiculous training, right? But I just turned it into a positive. And I feel like some of you, that's what could be happening here, is maybe you're getting some sort of training or that you've already been trained to do, or maybe you already know how to do it. And you're like, do I have to do this again? And yes is the answer. Yes, you have to do it again, because here's the thing, is I feel like it's a good opportunity. You have the Four Wands. Four Wands is something you want to commit to. So outside of marriage, this is something that could provide a lot of freedom for you. And I also feel a lot of money. But again, money can be freedom. So, I feel that here. Again, of course, I do feel like there is clearly love here, someone who wants to marry you. I feel like this is a very lucky connection as well, is what I'm getting. I literally feel you could be meeting a person. This person here, they might want to rush a little bit too much, but at the same time, I feel one thing that will stand out to you is you meet this person, your luck increases. It's kind of weird. With that Page of Pentacles, you have this empathy card. I feel like this person is very empathic, and I feel like they're empathic and empathetic and have a ton of empathy. You could literally be attracting a person who is an empath. I feel like they feel everything. I feel like they really can feel your energy in general. That's probably, I don't know, sometimes I think empaths that do fall in love very quickly, probably because they can feel the energy of the person, but I don't know, it's like a gift from the universe. With the Four of Wands, you have this manipulation card. This is not bad manipulation, this person is manipulative. This is about manipulating the energy. It's about manifestation and using your powers of manifestation. You might think this person is manipulative at first. Maybe it feels like a little bit of love bombing energy, if that makes sense, but I don't think it is. I think they just literally, they express their feelings and they probably love you right away, right? So you could be attracting a person like that. And like I said, I feel if you communicate with them, you'll be fine. But again, I feel like this is more about manifestation. Right next to it, you have the Magician right here. So I feel your powers of manifestation are kind of on fire right now. And I would make sure to, kind of use your powers of manifestation. With the Queen of Swords, you have this eccentricity card. Every single person has had this card. I don't know. I feel it's just a weird, eccentric time. And I would say in a good way. I would also say that I feel we need to move more towards our eccentric ideas, or people who are eccentric or whatever, because that's probably where all the good stuff is going to come from, is from our weird ideas or weird people. I don't know. Next in the future, you have the setback card. It says taking one step forward, 2 steps back. Setbacks are telling you that you're not ready to enter into the next phase of your life. I don't think that's true. We're going to talk about this in a minute. It says all the right things will come to you in the most unexpected ways. We literally said that at the beginning of the reading I was saying how there's so much more for you to experience. I feel like you have had a lot of setbacks. If I was being super critical about this reading, what I would say is the setbacks card is about this Seven of Pentacles. You have the Magician and the Empress as well. But the Seven of Pentacles, I feel, is saying if you are settling for situations, then that's going to cause setback. If you're entering into work, business, love, any area of your life, if your vibration, if you know that your vibration needs to be higher than the situation that you're entering into, maybe it's a low vibe situation, I kind of feel like this is saying then that's going to cause setbacks. I also feel some of you have outgrown some things in your life. This card to me is the juice worth the squeeze card, right? He's looking at those 7 pentacles. He's saying, is it worth it for me to keep growing these pentacles, or should I move on to something else? Should I do something else? I can't answer that question for you, Sagittarius. You have to look at all the things in your life and you need to say, like, does this match me or not? Is there something bigger? There's something much bigger coming in for you. I'm here to tell you that right now. You have the Magician. You attracted this. So again, I feel like you've attracted some changes into your life. And again, if you're meeting a very loving, caring person, again, I feel like you attracted this person into your life as well. And again, I do feel like very childlike energy. It's weird that pretty much every single person has had, like, I get this like weird, it's not like weird, I don't even want to say that because I feel like it's a great person, but I do get like childlike energy here, and you're not the only one. So it could be a person who has children, you could have children, but I also feel it's more like people are attracting people who are maybe more fun, who are more childlike in some way. You have the Empress as well, so clearly a bunch of abundance coming in for you. I feel like you're kind of like in your glow up phase of life, or a glow up phase, we'll put it that way. Even if we go this way, you have the Sun right here, that Fortune card going, and it's like you attracted abundance into your life, or you've attracted a major positive change into your life here, Sagittarius. So I definitely love that. I always pull the card that he's pointing to. I kind of feel like he's pointing to this one right here. And you have this Uranus card. It says change on it. So, clearly something needs to change. I feel like that, again, if you are having setbacks, you need to look at the situations in your life and you need to say, like, what things match with my energy, what things don't. And I feel as long as you're cleaning up your vibration, then you're going to be very successful. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have this Charity card. Weird, because like every single person has had the Charity or the Generosity card at the end here. So there could be like a lot of abundance, and it's like you're spreading the wealth. You don't even have to do, I think sometimes people think charity, they think money, but it could be your time. It could be a kind word that you give to somebody, saying something nice to a person. It could also be letting someone off the hook as well. It's like, I always say that as well. It's like maybe someone is a jerk to you, but just letting it off the hook, that can be charity, because maybe they're just having a bad day. Maybe they just need to be let off the hook for something for once in their life. And, I kind of feel for some of you, that's what's going on here. With the Magician, you have this Lost card. I don't know what I'm looking for here, Sagittarius. I feel like you have experienced a loss, but you could be looking at something as a loss when it isn't, And it's also interesting to me that this crow has like picked this skull clean on this card. It's almost as if Seven of Pentacles, something isn't worth it anymore. It's like there's no more meat on the bone. So I feel like if you're in a situation, you could be seeing it as a loss to leave something behind, but really I feel like you're stepping into a major growth period. With the Empress, you have this Influence card. Definitely could be love coming in for you for sure. There's a ton of love here, and if you want love, I feel like you're very attractive at this time, so I would get out there. For others, I feel like you are gaining influence. Like you could be becoming more influential in work or business, and this could lead to things like raises, promotions, more money, stuff like that. So we're going to pull 5 main themes now, and we're going to see what comes up for you. You have this Younger Man card. It could be just a younger person that you're dealing with. It says dealings or relationships with a younger man. I always clarify these man cards or people cards, and you have this Casket card, someone going out of your life or an end of a situation. The whole entire reading has been about ending a situation that no longer serves you. Could be a person. For others, I think it could just be an immature situation where there's no growth. Like sometimes I think we even have jobs. Sometimes we get jobs, for example, where it's like maybe the company isn't going anywhere. Maybe it's not growing. And maybe that's like a warning sign to you that it's not going anywhere. So you need to make a change, which we saw at the end of your reading. You also have this Purse card. It says pay attention to your finances. Basically, every single person I read for gets some sort of message about paying attention to your finances. Again, if you just don't watch the news, but if you're paying attention to what's going on in the world, clearly there could be like a recession. Who the hell knows? I just wouldn't go spend crazy at this time. You have this January card. This card says January on it. And you also have this, I always clarify these monthly cards, and you have this Carriage card that says a journey, either physical or mental. So some of you could be traveling right at the beginning of the year. Again, it says mental as well. Mental travel could be like learning a new skill, training, could be learning something new just in general, could be any type of mental adventure, so there could be some sort of adventure. You have this Tent card. It says temporary situation. And for some of you, I do feel there is a temporary situation here. Can we get more details on this temporary situation? You have this Wind Chime card. It says peace and harmony. I feel like you could be out of peace and harmony But that's temporary. Like if you're experiencing disharmony at this time, I feel like you're actually heading towards peace and harmony. Next, you have this hills card. It says obstacles to overcome. These are just hills, they're not mountains. So, again, I feel there are some obstacles, but these obstacles have to do with changes that you're making, I feel, here, Sagittarius. But I actually like this reading a lot. I feel there's a lot of good stuff to look forward to. So, thank you for being here, Sag. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.